Hi, good evening, and welcome to the special edition of Concert Band Central. I'm sure at this point you've noticed that the coronavirus is probably going to have a significant impact on our band programs as we move forward into the rest of this year. So I thought that this would be a great time to sit down and talk about a few of the different technology elements that my program is going to be utilizing to make sure that my students have productive time away from school so that they can still practice and hopefully continue to be great musicians, even though we're not going to be holding rehearsals for a little while. So the main objective I have when it comes to not being able to meet with the students on a daily basis is trying to be able to communicate back and forth so that we can keep some kind of dialogue going, so that we can keep some kind of assessment going, even though we're not going to be in the same room. So there are a couple of tools that really can help you do that. The first of which is Google Classroom. You may already use this for general information purposes, but linked with a drive, you can pass files back and forth, you can shoot little movies and pass those back and forth, and you can generally create areas of controlled discussion between you and your students to keep them engaged even though they're not in the building. So you can use different rubrics, you can use the Google Forms app to make quizzes. So there are a lot of different advantages to using Google, and more than likely your district is already signed up with them and using some of their infrastructure to help support your school, either through Google Gmail accounts or with Google Drive. It can be a really helpful tool, so definitely take a look at the Google Classroom. Well, the next thing that came to my mind was something the students are already using on a regular basis, and that's, of course, TikTok. TikTok is this video sharing app that lets videos kind of go back and forth, and if your students are anything like mine, they've been hanging outside your room or back in the percussion section practicing their dances so they can throw up that next video. TikTok, unfortunately, doesn't have a very controlled environment for videos to kind of go back and forth with, and you might have to be careful about the opportunities that students might have to communicate in ways that you wouldn't be happy with. So what I do recommend, though, is an amazing app that lets you pass videos back and forth in a controlled way, and that's called Flipgrid. Flipgrid not only lets you post assignments and have students submit videos as responses, but it offers a really great system for using rubrics and giving feedback back to the student. It can be an absolutely great way to not only really keep them engaged, but to keep an eye on the progress. And I actually mean that quite literally. You can see their fingers and their posture and what their practice setup looks like at home. So coronavirus or not, it's a fantastic tool to use on a regular basis. So take a look at Flipgrid. You might be able to set yourself up for a lot of success, not only while we're not meeting, but also in the future. The next thing I want to talk about is just our personal band director websites, the websites we have through our school district. You can pack your website with all kinds of different goodies, utilities, tools, websites, games that will help keep the students engaged and give them an opportunity to practice the skills that they're not going to be using because, well, we're not rehearsing. Some of those are musictheory.net, which allows you to customize different activities, different games that allow students to practice note names. There are brass trainers, there are keyboard trainers, so there's lots of different things there that you can customize and throw up on your website. I have a whole page dedicated to that on my school's website, which is really, really fantastic. Students use it often enough, and it certainly does help those kids who need a little extra help. The next website tool I would tell you to take a look at would be called the Rhythm Randomizer, and it can be found right here at rhythmrandomizer.net. The Rhythm Randomizer allows you to input what kind of notes, what kind of time signature, how many measures you want, and it will randomly generate rhythms over and over again to give students lots and lots of rhythmic practice. So it gives the student an opportunity to really make sure that all those different rhythms that are in your concert music are being pounded away at home. Just, lots of repetition, and combined with a video explaining how to do it, which you could post right here on YouTube, you could potentially have students really solidify some tricky rhythms like that dreaded dotted quarter eighth or all the different 16th note variants while they're not at school, and that would just be super helpful for when you get back in the classroom. So check out the Rhythm Randomizer. Lastly, another website that I send my students to quite frequently if they're looking for a little extra to do is the website of Justin Dixon. On Justin Dixon's website, he's got lots and lots of resources. Plus, he's got little songs and all kinds of different exercises and technique builders that you can use to basically keep your students challenged. So if they don't have music at home and they need something to do, take a look at Justin Dixon's website. It's a great resource. I have it linked right on my page at home. Lastly, let's talk about smart music. Smart Music is a great piece of software that allows students to self-assess their method book materials as well as certain concert band pieces, all by using a piece of software that can indicate whether they're playing the right notes or rhythms and things like that. Most band directors have played with this, and you might be using it full-time in your district because it's a great tool. If you're not using it regularly in your classroom, you might want to take another look at it right now while the coronavirus is affecting our classrooms. The first reason why is because method books like Sound Innovations have the entire first book free on Smart Music. So if you're someone who's already using Sound Innovations, you can definitely utilize Smart Music to assess anything in that method book while we're not in school. So that would be a fantastic way to use the program. The program also offers a free trial, and if you jump in and use that free trial, you'll probably get enough time out of that to float us through this difficult time in our school year. So these are just a few of the tips, tricks, and tools that I'm using to make sure that my students are engaged and still having success in band, even if we can't meet for rehearsals. If you have any resources, or if anyone in your district is doing anything that's helping us get through these kind of tough times, please list them in the comments below. I'm hoping this video can serve as a discussion platform for us to kind of compile our resources to make sure that our kids have the best possible experience, even in these trying times. So thanks for watching. Matt from Concert Band Central here. Good luck. Take care.